The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2 present Viking Preview with a look at today's Colfax Viking football game. And now, Viking Preview.
Good evening and welcome to Viking Preview. Rick Olson here in the NLWN 2 studio, and we're getting ready to bring you Colfax Viking Football. Tonight, the 1-4 Vikings, who are 0-3 in the Dun St. Croix Conference, will take on the 2-3 Elmwood Plum City Wolves, who are 1-2 in the Dun St. Croix. The Vikings are trying to get over the hump and get back to the winning form that they showed back at the beginning of the season following their 18-7 defeat at the hands of the Turtle Lake Lakers last Friday. Meanwhile, the Wolves are looking to bounce back following their 50-6 loss to the Boyceville Bulldogs on Saturday. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Preview, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Colfax Vikings and the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. Then we'll get Coach Joe Baranik's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Then we'll send it out to Colfax High School, where our broadcast crew will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game between the Elmwood Plum City Wolves and the Colfax Vikings. All that coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Preview on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. So if you want to talk to your kids, you have to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Welcome back to Viking Preview. Tonight, the Vikings will try to take the next step and get into the winning column following their loss last week to the Turtle Lake Lakers by taking on the 2-3 Elmwood Plum City Wolves, who are at 1-2 in the Dun St. Croix Conference. Now, in that game against Turtle Lake, the Viking defense kept them in the game with just enough solid plays to keep the Turtle Lake's read option from controlling the game.
Korish in the pistol, takes a snap, rides it, pitches, coming to the near side, and met before he got to the line of scrimmage. On the carry was Brady Job, and he lost about 2.
Grant Paulus came through defensively with a couple of big plays to spark the defensive performance.
Vikings come on the blitz, and they read that one. Perfectly timed blitz.
Yeah, Grant Paulus. He, how do I want to say this? He didn't take any chances. He took the quarterback and the running back.
He wrapped arms about both of them. Loss of a couple. Turtle Lake, bad snap. Ball gets fallen on by the Vikings. I think that was Grant Paulus again coming through. They saw Paulus coming, and the snap went rolling back towards Korish, and Paulus just fell on the ball.
On offense, following the Lakers' opening drive for a score, the Vikings responded quickly.
Hovde in motion. Now he cuts back the other way and gets back down where he started from. Hedela drops back. He's going to air it. He's got a receiver, and he's got it caught. This is Hovde, and he's going for a touchdown. 64-yard touchdown pass.
Late in the game, with the Vikings down by only 5, they appeared to set up the go-ahead touchdown with this play.
And it's 4th down and 7 for the Vikings. And a pitch to the outside, and it's a double pass. Hovde fires it. Touchdown, maybe? No, he's taken down at about the 1. He had a Ryan Nichols. Hovde fired and found him, and is taken down.
Now that's when the Turtle Lake defense stepped up and shut the door on the Vikings on 4 attempts from inside the 3-yard line. Now, last Saturday, the Elmwood Plum City Wolves dropped a 50-6 loss to the Boyceville Bulldogs. Now, in that loss to Boyceville, leading the way for the Wolves was running back Blake Allen, who carried the ball 18 times for 60 total yards and an average of 3 yards per carry. Defensively, the Wolves were led by Logan Auth, who had 9 total tackles, and was followed by Aiden Bertzer, who added another 5. Now, so far this season, the Wolves are led on the ground by Allen, who has 599 yards on 99 carries, for an average of over 6 yards per carry and 6 touchdowns. In the air, Bertzer has completed 6 of 10 attempts for 104 yards with 3 touchdowns for a quarterback rating of 135. Bertzer's favorite target has been Riley Beckel, who has 3 receptions for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, EPC is led by Auth, who has 43 total tackles. He's followed by Jack Steinmeier, who, included in his 26 tackles, is a quarterback sack. The sack leader for the Wolves is Brett Kopp with 2. Now, thus far this season, the Vikings are being led on the ground by Drew Beekner with 325 yards on 71 carries for an average of over 4.5 yards per carry and 3 touchdowns. He's followed by Colton Hoffman with 164 yards on 27 carries for over 6 yards per carry and a touchdown. Through the air, Zach Hedela is 4 for 13 for 153 yards and 2 touchdowns with 2 interceptions for a quarterback rating of nearly 77. Defensively, leading the way for the Vikings is Cade Anderson with 27 total tackles, including 8 tackles for loss and a sack, and 2 fumble recoveries. He's followed by Drew Beekner with 23 total tackles and an interception. Orion Nichols, Eli Ralph, and Grant Paulus each have 21 total tackles. Paulus has 3 tackles for loss, and Ralph has 2. All 3 of them have a fumble recovery. Now, coming up next, I caught up with Coach Joe Baranek at practice a little bit earlier this week, and we'll get his perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Then Dan and I will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game from Colfax, Wisconsin, and all that's coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Preview on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
My dad was a farmer. The guy was bigger than life. He wasn't someone that liked to show his emotion or liked to show when he was struggling, but we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. It's something that brings me so much joy, and I want them to see me working through things. Allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle, that even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're going to figure it out together.
Time now for Coach's Corner, with a look at today's Viking football game from the coach's point of view. Now, Coach's Corner.
Once again, we're talking with Viking head coach Joe Baranek. And coach, this week the Vikings are going to take on the Elmwood Plum City Wolves in a Dun St. Croix matchup. But first we need to take a look back at last week's game with the Turtle Lake Lakers, where the Vikings were defeated 18-7, and one that was oh so close. Your comments about that game?
It was right there for us. Just didn't punch it in there at the end. But proud of the way the kids came out and played and responded to some adversity early on. It's learning how to win. We're certainly getting to that point, kind of changing the culture around here at the moment. So now it's getting over that hump. We talked about that at the beginning of the year too. So they realize they can play with anybody in this conference now. Now it's going over and taking the win.
Now, in that game, the Viking defense kept the Vikings within striking distance throughout the entire game. Your comments about the defensive play?
Absolutely. Wouldn't have been as near as close without the defensive effort. Secured 2 turnovers for us, big turnovers, and certainly we're able to hold them out quite frequently. Just couldn't put enough points up on the board to support that effort. So something we're going to look forward to doing this week.
Now, the Viking offense appeared to demonstrate some big strike capabilities with versatility and speed especially the speed of Theo Hovde on that long pass play. Can you talk about the value of having him back in the lineup after the injury?
Having some speed on the edge is enough to make them honor the edge a little bit. So soften things up the middle then later on in the game. The second half, we were able to pound it inside pretty good. So looking forward to more of that this week, to have him back out on the outside and stretch the defense a little bit horizontally as we kind of want to take them vertically too. So tonight the Vikings take on the 2-3 Elmwood Plum City Wolves, who are 1-2 in the Dun St. Croix and are coming off a 50-6 loss to the Boyceville Bulldogs. What can you tell us about the Wolves? Well-coached team again, as is kind of the case in the Dun St. Croix. Physical football team. You know what you're going to get from them on offense. They're going to run power, and they're going to run it about 6 times a game. So being prepared to meet the power on defense and offensively, a defense that we've seen before in the 53 defense. So coming out and just being technically sound in our details, should have a good week of practice and go from there.
So it appears as though the key to shutting down the Wolves on offense is controlling Blake Allen, who is averaging almost 120 yards per game rushing. What are your plans to keep him in check?
He's kind of the do-it-all guy. Just keep him in between the tackle box. I think when he gets outside of that, that's where his danger and his motor kind of kicks in. So keeping him within the tackles and swarming defensively, all 11 football players to the ball carrier. So that's what I'm planning on doing this week and practicing a lot.
So prior to tonight, the Elmwood Plum City Wolves co-op team and the Vikings have met 3 years in a row, with the Wolves coming away with pretty much lopsided wins. However, this season it appears as though the Vikings may match up a little more closely to the Wolves. Your thoughts about that?
They had some great teams in the past, especially this past year with the Trevor Asher running back for them. He ran the ball really well, very hard for him. Looks like they maybe graduated just a little bit from that team last year, so definitely more evenly matched, and hopefully we're getting healthy here at the right time and getting, like I said, some of those speedsters back for us to contribute for us.
Any updates on the injury front?
We're just working through some dings and bruises right now. I don't think there's anything major on the front. When it comes to injuries, I think just taking care of ourselves, both physically, mentally, when it comes to sickness, to physical ailments as well. It's going to be important for us this week.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight, Coach Baranek, and good luck in tonight's game. Coming up next, more Viking preview.
You have been tuned to Coach's Corner with a look at today's Colfax Viking game from the coach's point of view. Stay tuned. More Viking preview is coming right up.
Welcome back to Viking Preview. Tonight we have the Vikings taking on the Elmwood Plum City Wolves in a Dun St. Croix Conference matchup. So let's take a quick look around the Dun St. Croix Conference to see where things stand. Last Friday, in addition to the Vikings being defeated by the Turtle Lake Lakers 18-7, we find the Cadott Hornets defeating the Glenwood City Hilltoppers 20-8. While the Spring Valley Cardinals upended the Clear Lake Warriors 42-15. Then on Saturday, the Boyceville Bulldogs were victorious in their homecoming game over the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 50-6. Now that leaves the conference standings as follows. The Boyceville Bulldogs and Spring Valley Cardinals find themselves tied for first place with 3-0 records. In third place at 2-1 and one game behind the leaders are the Turtle Lake Lakers. Tied in fourth place at 2 games out at 1-2 are the Cadott Hornets, the Clear Lake Warriors, the Elmwood Plum City Wolves, and the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. 3 games off the pace are the Colfax Vikings. Now tonight the Vikings look to take the next step and finish the game with a win. Now these two teams have met for the last 3 seasons, with the Wolves winning all 3 previous games. The Vikings very much want to show that they're better than that would indicate. So it all adds up to some exciting high school football action right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2. Now, in just a few moments, we'll send it out to our broadcast crew at Colfax High School, and we'll have all the play-by-play action for you coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Preview on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
You have been tuned to Viking Preview on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking Football.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
To learn more or to help financially, find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2 along with Colfax High School now bring you Colfax Viking Football. Follow the Vikings all season long as they battle their way through the Dun St. Croix Conference. Now it's out to the stadium for Colfax Viking Football.
Well, good evening and welcome to the Lee Bierquist Athletics Complex at Colfax High School. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, Chris Olson on the camera, and we're getting ready to bring you Colfax Viking Football. It's Parents' Night at Colfax tonight as the Vikings will be taking off the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. The Wolves come into the game tonight with a record of 2 wins and 3 losses. They're 1-2 in the Dun St. Croix Conference, and the Vikings have a record this year of 1 win and 4 losses, and they are 0-3 in the Dun St. Croix. And so, Dan, when I was looking through the stats and so on tonight, it kind of looked like this might be a game where the Vikings match up fairly well.
Yeah, Elmwood Plum City does give up some yardage when they're on defense, and they do like to run the ball. And right now, the last couple weeks, Colfax's defense has done really good against the run. So I think Colfax kind of seals off the edges. They could have something here, and then on offense, try to keep that playbook open. And we got to see some different plays last week against Turtle Lake that
showed really some success.
Yeah, just ran some different stuff that actually worked. So let's see if they can keep it going.
Officials for tonight's game, we'll try to get the lineups for you as we go, but the officials for tonight's game are Dan Holtz, Glenn Waterhouse, Paul Nelson, Dean Van Amber, and Bob Hecox. And I think we're just about ready to turn it over to the public address system and get the starting lineups for tonight's game and our national anthem. And we will do that right now. We'll turn it over and see if they have anything to tell us.
To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask that those who are able to stand remove your hats and place your hand over your heart. for the singing of the national anthem by Colfax High School Band Director Derek Westholm.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And that's the Colfax High School Band Director Derek Westholm with our national anthem tonight. And now we'll send it right back to the PA system and get the starting lineups.
That's why you did that.
And of course we have an appearance from the junior cheerleading squad out there.
There's a whole pile of them today, too.
Good evening, football fans, for week 6 of high school football. Colfax Vikings use to help your Christmas athletic news for tonight's non-conference non-state football matchup between the Elmwood Plum City Wolves and your Colfax Vikings! We remind you that interscholastic events are an extension of the classroom and lessons are best learned when respect is shown to all. Please let your good sportsmanship show during the game. And now, let's meet the starting lineups. For Elmwood Plum City, number 2, Blake Allen. Number 3, Colin Maynard. Number 10, Brett Lithgow. Number 11, Aiden Bertzer. Number 25, Riley Beckel. Number 52, Parker Beckel. Number 61, Carter McGovern. Number 67, Jack Steinmeier. Number 68, Nate Sinclair. Number 22, Jacob Steele. And number 79, Pat Howe. Elmwood City is coached by Michael Richard, Michael LaRue, and Troy Bradford, and Roxy Strickland. And now, please welcome your Colfax The Colfax Vikings are coached by head coach Joe Barani, assistant coaches Chad Evenson, Gideon Zell, and Jacob Snakey.
And as tradition for the Vikings, they get introduced as a team. And as also tradition, neither Dan nor I saw the coin toss, and so, you know, at least we're consistent, Dan.
Hey, 50% isn't so bad this year. Well, maybe not even that, maybe 30%.
And it looks like the Vikings are sending the receiving team out on the field. Heading back deep to receive for the Vikings is Drew Beekner and Theo Hovde. They're both lined up at about the 20-yard line, waiting for the Wolves to come out on the field with their kickoff squad.
Colfax is set to receive the ball to start this game.
And I'm looking to see who's teeing it up. Of course, he's sideways to us, so we don't get his number right away. But when he turns around, we'll see it. Victor Placencia, I think, or something like that. He approaches, swings the leg, kicks it away. It comes to Hoffman at about the 30. Runs straight ahead, gets out to the 40-yard line, and that's where the Vikings will take over first down.
About 7 yards on that carry.
So Hoffman fielded it at the 30, good at right out to the 40, and he was taken down there, and the Vikings will start their first down. There's our junior cheerleaders.
Yeah, Hoffman's going to be our fullback / running back tonight.
Beekner under center. Eli Ralph coming out to the near side. Hovde in motion. They give it to Hoffman, and he gets hit at the line of scrimmage, leans forward for about a yard.
NLWN bringing up 2nd and 9 on this Colfax Vikings.
So 2nd down 9 for the Vikings.
Jack Beckel in the bottom of the pile for the tackle.
Ralph split to the far side. Hovde in motion. This time Beekner keeps it himself and gets it out to about the 45-yard line. Gain of 4. It's going to bring up 3rd down 5. Actually, they're going to mark it at the 44, so it's going to be 3rd and 6. Anderson on the wing to the near side. Hovde on the wing to the far side. Hovde goes in motion. Beekner drops back, tries to throw it. Got his arm hit just as he was trying to release it, and the ball kind of fluttered into the ground, and it's going to bring up 4th down 6.
Got hit by number 20, Landon Bengstead. Bengtson. I'll get it right yet.
Bengston. Like Phil, who used to coach the Packers.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay.
Hoffman back in punt formation for the Vikings, standing at about his 32-yard line. Takes the snap, gets the kick away. It's going to come down at about the 22, and it was a muff kick. Picked up and coming to the near side, and this is Blake Allen, and he's on the loose, and he's going to take it to the house.
And nobody's going to catch him.
Blake Allen returns it all the way for a touchdown to put the Elmwood Plum City Wolves on top. Dan, that's one of the dangerous types of kicks. He muffed that kick. That tends to cause the coverage team to relax a little bit, but the ball bounced right back into his hands, and he took off, and before they could get their speed back up, he was gone.
Yeah, Colfax was starting to kind of drift toward the Plum City sideline, and he came all the way across.
Allen gets the direct snap, takes it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So with 10:07 remaining in the first quarter, it's the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 8 and the Vikings 0, and you're tuned to Viking Football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Looking for a team approach to managing your finances? With over 70 years of experience and 12 locations, Dairy State Bank has built a reputation for helpful customer service and support. While our service ethic is old-fashioned, our products and services are not. We offer a full range of loan programs as well as online banking, mobile deposit, and transaction alerts to fit your busy lifestyle. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
We're back here in Colfax getting ready for the EPC kickoff following their touchdown return. That was a 78-yard kickoff return, or punt return, I should say. This is Beekner with it on the return for the Vikings, and he got it out to the 40-yard line. Took it down near the 20 and brought it out to about the 40.
Yeah, that's pretty good field position.
It's about the same spot the Vikings started with it on their last drive. Vikings at the line. Havdi in motion. Give up the middle. I think that Beekner kept it himself that time. He did. Got across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Gain of a couple. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 8. Vikings up to the line. Havdi in motion. Pitch to Havdi coming around the near side. He gets across the 45 and run out of bounds at the 46-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4.
3rd and 4. 3rd and 4.
Ralph splits to the far side. Nichols is to the near side. Anderson goes in motion this time. Beekner gets chased down from behind, loses the ball, and fallen on by the Wolves. Beekner was trying to bring it around the near side, got caught from behind, the ball got stripped away, and the Wolves fell on it back at about the 38-yard line, 37-yard line of the Vikings, and it's going to be 1st down for them.
Yeah, I think number 20, Bankston's going to be in there. We're going to be calling all night here for Elmwood Plum City if he keeps getting in the backfield.
So the Wolves come up to the line of scrimmage. Allen with the snap. Takes it off the right side and goes down. We have a penalty marker on the play, and a face mask is going to be called against the Vikings, I do believe. He got taken down at about the 31-yard line. So it's a gain of 6. Face mask is the call against the Vikings. So the Elmwood Plum City Wolves will take the 15-yard penalty. And it must be 15 from the end of the run.
Yeah, this is not the start that Colfax wanted tonight.
So it puts it at the 16-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wolves. They come up to the line of scrimmage. This is Allen again, tries it off the left side this time, and he gets down to about the 15-yard line. or check that, make it the 10. Picked up 6, second down 4. Burtzer at quarterback, lined up in the pistol. This time the snap goes to Burtzer, goes off the right side and reaches for the goal line, and he is not in. They're going to say he's just short, like maybe a half a yard.
First and goal for Elmwood Plum City.
But it is enough for the first down. First and goal. Burtzer waits for the snap, gets it. He goes straight forward and into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a touchdown for Elmwood Plum City.
So that makes a score. Elmwood Plum City 14 and the Vikings 0 with an extra point attempt pending.
And one thing I've already noticed is, I'm not for sure if it's designed or not, but Elmwood Plum City is working on the Colfax's left side of the line.
Snap to Allen, tries the left side, and he takes it in for the 2-point conversion. So with 7:44 remaining in the first quarter, it's Elmwood Plum City 16, Vikings 0, and you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold. Where's everyone going?
To fight crime? Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Austin and Nikki Pritchard are just what the doctor ordered. In fact, they are the doctors and they're ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-960.
And the kickoff comes up short, and the Vikings move it out to about the 42-yard line. That was Hoffman on the return.
Yeah. Colfax has to make sure they don't get a little one-dimensional. We saw that a couple weeks ago, and the teams have kind of figured that out. You just kind of keep 8 in the box or 9 in the box, and so far that's all that Colfax has done. We'll see if they kind of open up the playbook here.
Yeah, and the one time they looked like they might want to throw the ball, Beekner got caught from behind. This time they run it right up the middle. And this was Hoffman on the carry, and he got a gain of about a yard. Second down 9. Yeah, like I was saying, the one time the Vikings looked like they wanted to throw it, Beekner gets caught from behind, fumbles the ball away.
Yeah, Bengston.
Second and 9. Hovde in motion. Hovde takes the pitch around the right end. He's still on his feet. He's out to the 50-yard line and taken down at the 49-yard line of the Wolves. That's going to bring up a third and about maybe 1.
Yeah, Hovde has good feet out in open area. He can, if he gets some one-on-one situations, he's definitely going to beat his man.
Make it 3rd and 2. Beekner keeps it himself, and he kind of fell forward for about 1 yard. That's going to bring up 4th and a yard. Vikings are going to go for it here. Vikings at the line. Beekner gives it to Hoffman. He drives forward and gets the first down. Hoffman with it gets down to about the 45-yard lines where they're going to spot it. One official says it was on the 45. The other one said not quite, but the one that said it was on the 45 is the one who prevails. And it'll be first down for the Vikings with 5:55 to go.
Yeah, Colton Hoffman is a north-south runner, and he's a big body, so he can get through the line pretty good.
Beekner keeps it himself, gets across the line of scrimmage and a gain of about a yard. It's going to bring up second down 9. Beekner heads into the huddle with the play. And we have a whistle and a timeout being called by the Vikings. So with 4:57 to go in the first quarter, it's the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 16, Vikings 0, and you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Austin and Nikki Pritchard are just what the doctor ordered. In fact, they are the doctors and they're ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2. Coming up on Friday, September 29th, the Colfax Vikings will travel to Glenwood City, Wisconsin to take on the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking Preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, September 29th.
Vikings at the line. Throwing it down the sideline. Pass is intercepted. Pass was intercepted by Riley Beckel, and he gets taken down at the 15-yard line of the Wolves. Beekner actually threw it into pretty good coverage that time.
Yeah, I don't know if Anderson ran the wrong route or if Beekner just didn't get a good handle on it when he threw it.
So the Wolves have it. 1st and 10 at their own 15. They come out of the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. Bertzer at quarterback, but again the direct snap to Allen, and he takes it around the right end, and he's off and running. Nobody's going to catch him. Blake Allen with an 85-yard touchdown run. So that touchdown makes the score Elmwood Plum City Wolves 22, Vikings nothing.
Yeah, you know, that's all about what I was talking about earlier about sealing the edge off. Elmwood Plum City did a good job sealing the edge, and that got him open.
And nobody was going to, once he turned the corner, nobody was going to touch him.
Yeah, he's a fast guy out on the field there.
Wolves at the line. Snap straight up the middle by Bertzer, and did he get in? Yes, he did. making the score 24-0. And Elmwood Plum City has the lead, 4:31 to go in the first quarter, and you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Back here at Colfax, and Dan, the Vikings have already got their work cut out for them.
Yeah, the offense really hasn't had any chance to do much yet. Defense definitely has to kind of step it up here.
And the kick is a slow bouncer, and Hoffman falls on it at about the 38-yard line. So the Vikings will have it at, or check that's the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Vikings give the ball straight up the middle. Hoffman with it, and he breaks loose. Hoffman is off and running. He's across the 30, down to the 25, to the 20. He breaks a tackle and into the end zone. Colton Hoffman with a touchdown for the Vikings.
Yeah, north-south running again from Colton Hoffman, just right through the line.
You're absolutely right. Nothing but north-south and hard running. He broke at least 2 tackles, 1 late tackle to get him into the end zone. And the Vikings are on the board. Vikings going to go for 2. Beekner under center. Hovde in motion. Beekner tries to roll out and got taken down back at the 15-yard line, so the extra point attempt is no good. And the score remains Elmwood Plum City 24, Vikings 6. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV by calling 715-563-1749.
Well, Dan, it's a good thing this football field is laid out inside the track here at the Lee Bierquist Athletic Complex, because this game tonight is a track meet.
Yeah. I don't think, like I said, we haven't seen a sustained drive yet.
Couple of long touchdowns by Blake Allen. 78-yard punt return and an 85-yard run.
Colfax are set to kick off the Plum City.
A short kick coming down at about the 28-yard line. Picked up there and gets it out to about the 38-yard line by Beckel.
Austin Peterson on the tackle for Colfax, along with number 6, Drew Beekner.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolves at their own 38-yard line. Burtzer and Allen lined up in the backfield. The snap could go to either one. It goes to Allen. He takes it off the right side, got met near the line of scrimmage, and goes forward to about the 43-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 5, 2nd down 5.
Eli Ralph on the tackle for Colfax.
Wolves up to the line of scrimmage. Allen takes it off the right side, gets it out near the 1st down. In fact, they're going to mark him right near the marker at the 47, and that's going to be just a little bit short. 3rd and a yard for the Wolves.
1 yard to go. For Elmwood, Plum City. 1 yard to go. 3rd down.
Wolves at the line. Snap to Burtzer, turns, takes it straight up the middle. He's got the 1st down. He crosses the 50 and gets down to about the 46-yard line of the Vikings. Aiden Burtzer, the senior for the Wolves.
Yeah, good push by the front 4 of the Wolves.
Snap to Allen. They give it a run on the reverse, and he gets taken down at the 45-yard line. That ball was carried by Logan Auth. Gain of about a yard. 2nd down 9. Wolves up to the line. Snap to Allen, goes to the right side, and he breaks through, and he's off and running, and there he goes again. 45-yard touchdown run by Blake Allen.
Yeah, that front line of Plum City Elmwood is really opening up some holes, and he's finding his way through.
So that makes it 30-6. And the snap to Burtzer. He takes it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So at 1:48 to go in the first quarter, it's the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 32 and the Vikings 6. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
To get your lawn or garden to perform at attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
Back here at the Lee Bierquist Athletic Complex, we're still in the first quarter, and it's 32-6, Elmwood Plum City over the Vikings. And they're getting ready Placentia kicking it away, takes a bouncing hop over to Beekner, who slides around it to corral it at the 29-yard line, and the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 from that point.
Yeah, I think at number 66, Cameron Molina, he busted that hole for Colton Hoffman on the last one. You know, they got some good size up front. If they can just kind of split the seas for Colton, he can find his way through.
They pitch it to Hovde, and they missed connection. Hovde picks it up. He's still on his feet, gets taken down at about the 20-yard line. That ball went rolling back to about the 10 before Hovde could pick it up. And he got it out to the 20. It's going to be a loss of 10 yards on the play, brings up 2nd down 20. They're going to mark it at the 21-yard line, so it's a loss of 9. Theo Hovde couldn't quite get the corner turned on that one because he didn't have the ball.
Yeah, the pitch was just a little bit out in front of him.
Hovde in motion again. Beekner keeps it and drives forward to about the 23, 24-yard line. They're going to mark it on the 23. 3rd down 17. It's probably the last play of the quarter. Well, maybe not. They might have to get this play off. They're at the line of scrimmage. Give up the middle. Here goes Hoffman again, and he gets out to about the 29-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th and 11 for the Vikings, and that will be the end of the quarter. So, at the end of the first quarter, the score, Elmwood Plum City Wolves 32, Vikings 6, and you're tuned to Viking Football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2. Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comroe provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything.
Hoffman in punt formation for the Vikings, 4th down 11. Takes a snap, gets a nice kick away. It's going to come down, but it's going to go out of bounds. They're probably going to mark it at about the 45-yard line. And again, I'm off on that. They're going to mark it on the Viking side of midfield at about the 47-yard line.
I just think that's just a guess anyways.
Well, they use the referee back from where the kicker kicked it, and he's looking at where the ball bounced, and the guy's walking up the sideline, and when he crosses the line, then he marks to stop, and that's how they get it. So they have better angles than I do, but it's a guess from our end. Here's the snap. It's Allen again. He gets into the secondary, and he's off and around. Penalty marker comes flying in, and Allen gets taken down at about the 25-yard line. And we do have a penalty marker, and it's going to be a hold against Elmwood Plum City.
So that run's coming back. But Dan, I've noticed when Blake Allen gets into the secondary, he's a mismatch for anybody back there for the Vikings.
Yeah, and his players, his linemen are getting downfield and getting those blocks for him. And that's half of it right there.
So the penalty marks it back to Elmwood Plum City territory, back to the 48-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 15. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Bertzer, and now Bertzer takes a snap, spins around, takes it straight up the middle, and he's off and running. And nobody's going to catch him into the end zone for a touchdown. That's a 52-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, a little trickery there. Fake pitch, a spin, and he's off and running.
That'll make the score 38-6. Wolves on top of the Vikings. They're at the line of scrimmage. Snap to Allen. Takes it up the middle and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Makes a score. Wolves 40, Vikings 6.
We got a flag.
And the referee did mark.
It's going to be a personal foul. It was kind of a late play. Colfax player had his hand around the number 2's leg, and he got caught holding it after the whistle.
Personal foul is against the Vikings. That'll be enforced on the kickoff, and we'll get all that information for you right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
(40-6) as the Elmwood Plum City Wolves have opened up a lead. Just shy of the requirements for running time. And the result of the penalty, personal foul against the Vikings, moves the ball to the Viking 45-yard line where the Wolves will be kicking off from there. Hovde and Beekner back deep. Line drive kick comes to Beekner. He's out to the 20, and he's loose, and he's off and running! Drew Beekner, one man to beat. He makes him slip and fall. Beekner gets a nice block, and he's headed toward the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings!
That's been one part of the Colfax team that's been good this year is their special teams.
Beekner picked up that ball somewhere around the 15-yard line. So we're going to call it for now an 85-yard run or kickoff return. Vikings going to go for 2. No, check that. They're going to try to kick the extra point. Beekner to kick it out of the hole to Hovde. High snap. Hovde gets it down. Beekner gets it up, and the kick is good. So with the score, Elmwood Plum City 40, Vikings 13. You're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. As veterans, we can tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. But you've never been interested in easy. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
And the Vikings getting ready to kick off to the Elmwood Plum City Wolves.
Elmwood Plum City ready to receive from Colfax.
And they're trying an onside kick, and the ball gets knocked away, and the Vikings fall on it! The Vikings tried the onside kick, and it worked!
I'm not for sure who that was, if that was Colton Hoffman. No, it was number 2. Theo Hovde came through the line and just plastered number 4, Juan Sanchez.
Yeah, Sanchez touched the ball. Hovde smacked right in to knock the ball loose.
I'm wrong. It was number 8, Peyton Hover for Colfax.
Hovde goes in motion. Give up the middle. That's Hoffman, and he barrels down to about the 35-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 36. Gain of 4.
We got a timeout.
And a timeout being called by the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. They want to talk things over a little bit with 10:13 to go in the second quarter. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
I tell my son, I love you every single day.
I love you.
Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Vikings just recovered an onside kick, ran a play up the middle for about almost 5 yards, and now they're trying to correct the clock because Elmwood Plum City called timeout.
I think it should be around 10:07. I was thinking
10:07. All right, now they've got it where they want it. Vikings at the line of scrimmage. Beekner under center. Hovde in motion, give it up the middle. Hoffman drives across the 35 down to about the 33-yard line. Gain of a couple. 3rd down and 3. Vikings trying to breathe a little life into things. This time Anderson in motion. Pitch to Anderson coming around the near side. He got hit in the backfield but breaks that tackle and gets back to almost to the line of scrimmage. Got taken down at the 35. It's going to bring up 4th and 5. They're going to mark it at the 34-yard line. So 4th and 4. Coming up on 9 minutes to go in the first half. Vikings showing some signs of life. Nichols splitting out wide to the right side. Ralph to the left. Pitch to Hovde. He's going to throw it. He's got Nichols wide open. Nichols has it at the 10 and taken down at about the 5-yard line.
That's one thing about Theo Hovde. He's got an arm on him. He's not the tallest guy, but he can throw the ball. He can really throw the ball. Theo Hovde can.
So the Vikings have it, 1st and goal at the, looks like they're going to put it right about the 6-yard line. They give it up the middle. Hoffman drives forward. He got it down to, trying to see where they put the ball.
Maybe the 2?
Looks like they're going to put it on the 3. So it's a gain of 3, 2nd down and goal from the 3. Vikings come up to the line. Give straight up the middle. Not much happening that time. It's going to bring up 3rd down goal.
Yeah, the Wolves are ready for that one.
He did get a little bit. It's going to be 3rd and goal from about the 2.
Gain of 1 going to bring up 3rd and 1. Gain of 1, 3rd and 3, excuse me.
So 3rd down. Eli Ralph on the right side, but he's lined up tight this time. Beekner takes it himself, gets down closer to the goal line, about the 1-yard line. And that's going to bring up 4th down. The official on the far side was holding both hands up as if it were a score, but it was not. He's saying it's short. He was showing how far he had to go. Confused some of the fans in our area. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 1.5-yard line.
Yeah, I think you go with what's working right now, which is number 11, Colton Hoffman.
I don't know, though, Dan. They've been trying the middle and trying the middle. Looks like Elmwood Plum City is pretty much ready for that. I'd fake it to Hoffman up the middle and then give it to Hovde coming around the end, or to Anderson coming around the end.
Yeah, both those guys have excellent speed.
And I think the fake to Hoffman would draw the defense in. Vikings come up to the line. Hovde on the wing on the near side. Eli Ralph lined up tight on the near side. Quick pot pass to Nichols in the end zone. Touchdown Vikings! Beekner just took the ball, jumped in the air, and hit Nichols off the right side in the end zone for the touchdown. And that makes the score Elmwood Plum City 40 and the Vikings 19. Vikings are going to attempt to kick the extra point. Beekner setting the tee. Hovde to hold. The snap, the kick, gets up, and it's good. So with 6:44 to go, it's Elmwood Plum City 40 and the Vikings 20 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
So we're back here at the Lee Bierquist Athletic Complex in Colfax with 6:44 to go in the first half. And the Vikings have narrowed the gap a little bit as it's now 40-20. Elmwood Plum City has opened up a lead with some really big plays, but the Vikings have answered with some big plays of their own.
Yeah, every week the playbook gets a little wider and wider here for Colfax, and it's definitely making a big dent in teams.
Beekner approaches, and another onside kick attempt, and falling on it is Aiden Bertzer at about the 43-yard line. It's going to be first down for Elmwood Plum City at that point. Well, you can't go to the well too many times on an onside kick. Or if you're going to, you got to kick it the other way once in a while. Now can the Vikings keep Blake Allen in check? Or Aiden Bertzer, for that matter.
Yeah, that duo in the backfield for the Wolves is dangerous.
And a give to Allen, and he gets into the secondary and gets taken down across the 50, down to the 47-yard line of the Vikings. Should be really close to the first down. Oh, the other official had it marked about a yard short. 2nd and 1. Wolves at the line of scrimmage. Give to Allen. They run the reverse, coming back to the near side. He's across the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. That's Riley Beckel on the carry.
Yeah, good job by Colfax to make him turn back to the inside, which gave Eli Ralph a shoestring tackle.
Was enough for the first down, so it's 1st and 10 for the Wolves. And they want the clock to start this time. There's the snap. Allen keeps it himself, goes around the left end. He's got some running room and gets it down across the 30 to about the 28-yard line.
Grant Paulus on the tackle for Colfax.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line for the Wolves. Wolves up to the line. Snap to Allen, goes straight up the middle. He wasn't slowed down until he crossed the 25 to about the 23-yard line. Gain of 6. It's going to bring up 2nd down 4.
Yeah, that right side of the Elmwood Plum City line, like number 79, Brett Kopp, the sophomore, he's making holes up there for Allen.
He's playing the right guard. Bertzer keeps it himself, tries the left side, gets it down across the 20. Well, maybe they're going to mark it right on the 20, which would make him just a little bit short of the first down. 3rd down and about a yard. Third down, a yard to go for the Wolves. Allen gives it across on the counter play again, and we have a penalty marker
in that area
As
of a
carrying
hold.
the ball was Beckel, and where that penalty marker came in, I almost think this is a face mask against the Vikings.
And it is, yep.
Beckel stepped out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. And they're going to mark off half the distance to the goal after that for the face mask call. So it's 1st and goal from the 5. Wolves at the line. Allen takes it straight up the middle, and he got down near the goal line and got stopped.
We got a fumble?
3.
I think we have a fumble.
Yes, it was a fumble. Fumble and recovered by the Vikings at the 3-yard line.
It's kind of a late call, but Colfax came over towards their sideline like they had recovered it. Something happened in the bottom of the pile.
And he was not ruled down by contact, so the Vikings have the ball. They're 97 yards from pay dirt, but at least they did not allow the Wolves to score again. Beekner under center. Give to Hoffman straight up the middle, and he got met at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 2nd down 10. Vikings come up to the line. They put Anderson in motion. Beekner keeps it himself, gets it out across the 5 to about the 6. It's going to be a gain of about 3. It's going to be 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, you almost got to go to the air now for Colfax.
Beekner has him at the line. And they drive Beekner back. He was trying to do the read option, and the line is giving him no protection whatsoever. We have a timeout being called by the Elmwood Plum City Wolves with 2:09 remaining in the first half. It's Elmwood 40, Vikings 20, and you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Alvo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
So 4th down and about 9 to go for the Vikings. They're back at about the 5-yard line, 4-yard line. Hoffman in punt formation. Blake Allen deep. The snap, the kick, and it went off the side of his foot and it went out of bounds. Oh my goodness, it was only out to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, that gives
That's a 6-yard punt.
the Wolves more than enough time to try to get this in the end zone now.
fact, they're marking it inside the 10-yard line.
They have used 2 timeouts, so I do believe that gives them just one more.
Minute 57 to go. Wolves are showing they really don't need a lot of time. They're at the line of scrimmage. Allen with it. Goes off the right side. Gets taken down at about the 3. Maybe the 4. They're going to mark it on the 5. So it's a gain of 4. 2nd down and 5. 2nd and goal from the 5.
2nd and 5 now for Elmwood Plum City.
Wolves at the line. Allen tries the left side this time, and he got met right at the line of scrimmage and did not gain anything. 3rd down and goal from the 5. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we will have a Viking profile coming up. Colton Hoffman will be our Viking profile player today. And then there's some other halftime entertainment we have. Inside of a minute to go. Allen bringing it around the right side, gets the corner turned, and into the end zone he goes.
Touchdown for Elmwood Plum City. Makes the score.
So 46-20, Elmwood Plum City with the lead. .41.5 seconds remaining. This is Allen, and he slips as he... Check that was not Allen, that was Bertzer, and he slipped as he went around the end. So the extra point is no good. So with 41.5 seconds remaining, it's Elmwood Plum City 46, Vikings 20 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual, and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out."
Elmwood Plum City to kick off to the Vikings. Here's a low line drive kick. Bounces off of Hoffman, and then the Vikings cover it up. And it looks like it was covered up by Peyton Hover. That's at the 35-yard line. Vikings come up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10. Waning seconds of the first half. Give straight up the middle. Hoffman carries it out to near the 40-yard line. It's going to be a gain of almost 5. 2nd and 5.
See if we go one more play off here.
Watch for a deep throw. Nope, they're going to run it straight up the middle. It was Hoffman again, and that'll be the end of the first half with the score. Elmwood Plum City Wolves 46 and the Vikings 20. And coming up is Viking halftime, and we'll get to that right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
And we're going to take a quick look before we get to our Viking profile at the Colfax Youth Cheerleaders. Once they get organized out there.
Wolves, and we'll have our regular Viking halftime right now.
Time now for Viking halftime with this week's Viking profile and other halftime entertainment.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. And now Viking Profile.
Today we're talking with Colton Hoffman, and Colton, you are a
senior
at Colfax High School on Viking Profile. And Colton, we know that you play football, but are you involved in any other activities at school?
Yeah, I've played basketball, and that's pretty much it.
So when did you start playing football, and what kind of an experience has it been for you?
Early on, elementary school, I played flag football, had a blast, and then middle school up, have played every single year.
So what's the most important thing you've learned from playing football?
Teamwork and have your brother's backs.
Okay, so when you're not playing football or you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you interested or keep you occupied?
If the NFL's on, I'll be watching that. If not, I'll be playing Madden or something.
Okay, all right, I got a couple rapid fire questions. This first one's kind of our trademark. You know what's coming. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Ice cream.
Which kind?
Butter pecan or salted caramel.
Ooh, good choice. Burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
Burgers.
And what do you want on that burger?
Curd burger.
Oh my, yeah, okay. Big fat cheese curd on there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Favorite NFL team?
Packers.
All right, your favorite collegiate team?
Badgers.
Now, if you had a superpower, what would your superpower be and why?
Control time.
Okay, and why would you want to be able to do that?
I'd rob some banks.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about that. We don't want to give away any secrets here. But if you had the ability to control time, of course you have to have a superhero name to go with that. So what's Colton Hoffman's superhero name?
Probably just Hoff.
Just Hoff, okay. We're talking with Colton Hoffman on Viking Profile. And Colton, what are your plans for after high school?
Sports management degree and then working in the NFL for equipment management.
Do you know where you're going to be doing that?
The degree would be at Parkside.
Okay, very good. So how about a shout out to the family?
Yeah, mom, dad, sister, brother.
All right, now when people come to Viking games, what number are you wearing and what position do you play?
I'll be wearing 11 and I'll be defensive end and halfback this week.
So we want to thank Colton Hoffman for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next is more Viking Halftime.
You've been tuned to Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Now more Viking halftime entertainment.
Here's Grandma Florence after that flood wiped out the whole neighborhood. Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Your family is your legacy. Planning for a natural disaster will make sure you're all safe. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today.
Boom.
Okay, you guys ready? Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Now back to the stadium for second half action.
And we're back here at the Lee Bierquist Athletic Complex, just wrapping up halftime on Parents' Night here at Colfax. So they took a little bit of time during the halftime and honored the football, cross country, and golf parents. Congratulations, by the way, to the Colfax Elk Mound golf team on winning their conference tournament this past week. So congratulations to them on that achievement. Let's take a quick look at the scoring in the first half, and there were a lot of big plays in that first half. It all started on a 78-yard punt return by Blake Allen with 10:07 to go in the first quarter to make the score 8-0. Then Aiden Bertzer scored on a 1-yard run with 7:44 to go in the first quarter to make it 16-0 in favor of the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. Then there was an 85-yard touchdown run by Blake Allen with 4:31 to go in the quarter, making it 24-0. Then the Vikings finally got on the board on a 66-yard touchdown run by Colton Hoffman with 4:11 to go in the first quarter to make it 24-6. That was followed by a 45-yard touchdown run by Blake Allen for the Wolves to make it 32-6 with 1:48 to go in the first quarter. In the second quarter, a 52-yard touchdown run by Bertzner with 10:50 to go in the half to make it 40-6. Then the Vikings came back with an 85-yard kickoff return following that touchdown by Bertzner. That was a Drew Beekner kickoff.
Wolves. 1-2. And ball is picked up by Colton Hoffman for Colfax, and we're back. Sorry for the delay, everybody. So it'll be Colfax ball with 9:59 to go in the third quarter. Calm night here in Colfax.
Yeah, I don't know what caused our audio to all of a sudden disappear, but it did. But we've got it back now.
The Wolves did score.
And the Vikings run it up the middle, and it was Hoffman on the carry, gets it out to about the 35-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, brings up second down 8. Yeah, it was very confusing. Halftime ended, and all of a sudden, the audio just quit.
They said no talking. Maybe that's what.
Quick pass out to the flat to Ryan Nichols. He evades one tackler, makes another one miss, and gets it out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Vikings.
Tackle by number 20, Landon Bankston for the Wolves.
So first and 10 for the Vikings at their own 42. Or check that, at the 47. And nothing happening that time. The defensive front for the Wolves got the surge, and they're not gonna give any forward progress on that. Back to in Viking territory at the 49-yard line.
I think there was a little confusion there by Colfax. Wolves just got in the backfield.
Quick pitch to Anderson going around the left side. He gets across the 50 and taken down at the 49-yard line. $8:15 to go. Vikings trailing 54-20. Again, not quite enough to put us into running time. It's the second time tonight the Vikings have been down by 34. Here's a snap, a lot of pressure, and Beekner got rid of it and pretty much just threw it away.
He did have number 10, Ryan Nichols, in the area.
At least in the same zip code.
So, right.
But he was outside the tackle box. And the ball got past the line of scrimmage, so it was a good job of just getting rid of the ball. Fourth down for the Vikings, and they're going to go for it. Nichols split to the near side. Eli Ralph to the far. Anderson jumps, but there was movement, and I think it's going to be against the Vikings. And no, they're going to call it against the Wolves. They're saying that the Viking flinched because the Elmwood Plum City defensive lineman jumped. You are allowed to flinch to protect yourself. So that makes it fourth down and about 7. And the referee calls time. Had an equipment adjustment, it looked like. Fourth down and about 7. Little mix-up in the backfield, throw it into the flat, and it bounces off the turf to Hovde. So the ball goes over on downs to the Elmwood Plum City Wolves at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10. You're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
Second down. Wolves come to the line. Second and about 6. A fumble on the play. Picked up by Colfax. Jumping on the ball is number 70, Christian Ebert. Bad snap to Allen and falls right in Ebert's hands. So it'll be Colfax ball. Beekner comes out to run the offense for Colfax. Big turnover there for the Wolves. Little life for Colfax. Colton and Hoffman in the backfield. Pitch out to the right to Hovde. Hovde finds a little gap. And we got a flag on the play. Tackled by number 2, Blake Allen. But we'll see what the refs have to say. We got a face mask against the Wolves. So they'll tack on another 5 yards. So that'll make it a first down Vikings.
Well, Dan, I am thoroughly confused. I don't know why our audio seems to not want to cooperate with us, but
we can't blame it on the weather because there's nothing.
No, the weather actually has cooperated. But at any rate, Vikings have the ball and they are moving. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line, 41-yard line of the Wolves. Pitch to Hovde coming around the near side. He gets across the 40 and taken down at about the 35-yard line. They're going to mark him right on the 35.
Tackle in number 14, Aiden Maxwell for the Wolves.
That brings up a 3rd down and 7. Or check that, 3rd and 3. Gain of 7. Hovde in the slot on the left. Anderson in the slot on the right. Hovde in motion. Give to Hoffman. Spins and gets down across the 30. They're going to say he was stopped at the 30. That should be enough for a first down. 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
Good job on freshman number 72, Grant Cook, and number 66, senior Cameron Molina for making a hole.
Vikings at the line. Beekner under center. Anderson in motion. And we have some activity. Encroachment's going to be called against Elmwood Plum City. And once again, Landon Bankston trying to get into that backfield. He tried. They might have done a hard count there. We couldn't hear it from here, but it's kind of what it sounded like. So that makes it 2nd and 5. 1st and 5. Giving it straight up the middle. Hoffman carries it down across the 20, down to about the 17-yard line. And that'll be a Viking first down. Vikings back at the line. Anderson in motion. Now he comes back again. Settles back where he started. Hovde goes in motion as they hand it straight up the middle to Hoffman, and he got about a yard. Second down, 9 yards to go. Ball's being spotted on the 17-yard line. Hovde in motion. Beekner keeps it himself, gets it across the 15 down to about the 11. They're going to mark it at the 12. And let's see where they have it spotted. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Hovde in motion, they pitch it to him. He comes around the left side. He gets across the 10, tripped up, but gets down to about the 6-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Vikings.
Yeah, good job by Colfax front forward to get out and block and create some gaps for Hovde.
Vikings at the line. Beekner keeps it himself. Gets down to about the 2-yard line. He's going to bring up 2nd and goal after a gain of 4. So 2nd and goal.
Colfax right side of the line has been the workhorses tonight.
Both guys go in motion, and that's going to be illegal shift or illegal motion by the Vikings. Somebody didn't know who was supposed to be moving on that play. This is one of those things that just drives a coach nuts because you're about ready to score and you shoot yourself in the foot like that. So the ball gets moved back 5 yards. Outside the 5-yard line, they're at the 8. Inside of a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Vikings at the line. Hovde gets the pitch coming around the near side into the end zone for a touchdown. Theo Hovde with an 8-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, Drew Beekner took a hit right when he pitched that ball. But that gave Hovde just enough time to get around and get the touchdown.
So that makes the score Elmwood Plum City 52 and the Vikings 26. Vikings at the line. Gonna go for 2. Beekner drops back, throws it into the end zone, and it's batted away. It was intended for Nichols, but it's incomplete. So we've got 28.2 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and the score, Elmwood Plum City 54 and the Vikings 26, and you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona, Menominee, and surrounding areas. Specializing in concrete construction, excavating, flatwork poured walls, and much more, they're right for all of your concrete needs. Call C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls at 715-559-1335.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining?
Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Doctors Austin and Nikki Pritchard and their staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
And we're back here at Colfax High School as the Vikings have just scored to make it 54-26. Elmwood Plum City on top. A squib kick by the Vikings and fall on by Elmwood Plum City. The ball's loose and the Vikings have come off with it. Blake Allen tried to recover the ball but never got control of it, and it scooted out from under him, and the Vikings fall on it and will have the ball first down.
Yeah, big hit by number 7, Matt Dockel, to bust loose the ball and recover it.
Then once Dockel got his hands on it, he rolled and rolled and rolled down the field just to make sure nobody else could do the same thing to him.
Yeah, Allen was laying there like he thought he still had the ball.
Just under 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Vikings have the ball. Hovde in motion. Pitch to Hovde. Looking downfield. He's got Nichols wide open. Nichols heads into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings! Theo Hovde to Nichols.
Yeah, good. $29.
29-yard touchdown pass, and the two-point conversion gets broken up in the backfield. So the score remains Elmwood Plum City 52, Vikings 32, with 13 seconds remaining in the half. That's 2 scores for the Vikings in 15 seconds. That's pretty good production on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
Looking for a team approach to managing your finances? With over 70 years of experience and 12 locations, Dairy State Bank has built a reputation for helpful customer service and support. While our service ethic is old-fashioned, our products and services are not. We offer a full range of loan programs as well as online banking, mobile deposit, and transaction alerts to fit your busy lifestyle. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Back here at Colfax High School, and the Vikings have just struck like thunder or lightning. 2 touchdowns in 15 seconds. Theo Hovde involved in both. And the kickoff gets beyond Allen, goes down to the 20-yard line. He just falls on it this time. He wasn't going to take any chances. And it's marked down at the 22-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Elmwood Plum City at that point. You know, the Vikings have given up a lot of points tonight, but boy, oh boy, I tell you, they've made the game exciting.
Yeah, you know, the special teams for Colfax has kind of been the glue for this team this year.
Wolves at the line. Allen takes a snap. He's into the backfield. He got taken down across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down.
I don't know if he slipped or if he heard the footsteps of Ebert, but he was coming.
Either way, he was kind of slid down, and it could be the field is getting a little damp with the dew. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. Elmwood Plum City 52, Vikings 32. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
It's getting to that time of year again. Time for the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV to present our Halloween Spooktacular 2023. Join us at 7 p.m. on Halloween night by the light of the jack-o'-lantern as we bring you some of the best in Halloween-themed old-time radio programs, including The Life of Riley, yours truly Johnny Dollar, Richard Diamond, Private Detective, and Suspense. So join me and a friend of mine as we party hardy on our Halloween Spooktacular at 7 p.m. Halloween night on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
Back here at the Lee Bierquist Athletic Complex, getting ready to start the 4th quarter.
I'm not for sure why. Equipment?
Maybe they're stopping it for our audio to finally get fixed.
Could be.
Actually, I see the training staff heading over across the field.
Somebody away from the field.
Anyway, Elmwood Plum City comes up to the line, 3rd down 10. Well, I think it's 1st and 10. I think the down marker is wrong, and that's what they say. Snap to Allen. He takes it around the left side, and he gets taken down across the Viking 45 down to the 44-yard line. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Senior number 22, Kate Anderson on the tackle for the Vikings. Colfax can get a stop here. They're right back in this.
Wolves up to the line. Allen has it. They get him bottled up at the line of scrimmage, but he breaks through and heads down the left sideline to about the 32-yard line. They're going to mark it on the 33, but first down for the Wolves.
Number 53, Grant Paulus on the tackle. He'll have to come out, play. His helmet fell off, so number 50, Brady Elmer, will have to come in for one play.
Wolves up to the line. 1st and 10. They're at the 33. Snap to Allen, taken down at the 30-yard line. Kind of got upended as he got there.
Yeah, tripped over number 72, Grant Cook.
And in fact, they're going to mark it at the 31. It's a gain of only a couple. 2nd down and about 8. Bertzer takes the snap. He takes it around the right side and tackled down at the 18-yard line. The official skidded along the sideline a little bit.
Now good open field tackle by number 2, Theo Hovde.
Inside 10 minutes to go in the game. It marked the ball at the 19. Grant Paulus back into the lineup for the Vikings. First and 10. And this is Blake Allen, gets it across the 20. They're going to mark it right about the 20. Very little gain. 2nd down 10.
Yeah, good defense by the Vikings there.
In fact, he lost about a half a yard. 2nd and a long 10.
That's half of it if you can get your defense into the Wolves' backfield. Bottle it up early.
Allen takes a snap, rolls, slipped, got bottled up, and he's going to get taken down for a loss back at about the 23-yard line. He was trying to cut around the left side, and his feet started to go out from under him. He maintained his balance, but the Vikings were able to surround him and take him down for a loss of a couple. 3rd and 12. .8:15 remaining. And the Vikings jump off sides that time. Grant Paulus got a little eager. Trying to time the snap. He was very effective with that up in Turtle Lake last week. Third and a short 9. Snap to Allen coming around the right side, turns the corner, breaks a tackle, taken down by Hovde. Hovde gives up about a half a human body to Allen, but he took him down at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, big night for Blake Allen.
1st and goal. Yeah, he must have turned the odometer over on his vehicle at least once here. especially if you count special teams yards as well. Wolves at the line. Snap to Allen. Trying the left side, takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. That'll make it 60-32. Elmwood Plum City leading the Vikings. Wolves at the line. They give it to Allen. Or no, check that. That wasn't to Allen. That was Logan Auth, and he did not get into the end zone. So with 7:05 remaining, the score, Elmwood Plum City Wolves 60, Vikings 32. And you're tuned to Viking Football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
to learn more or to help financially, would find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
And we're back here at the Lee Bierquist Athletic Complex in Colfax. 7:05 remaining. And according to Chris, who's been watching the weather radar, we're about 45 minutes away from rain getting here. And now we have a whistle and a timeout called by Elmwood Plum City. So as they take a timeout on the field, we'll take one as well, as you're tuned to Viking Football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. What? My. Oh.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected?
Here we go!
Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready, because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
And the Elmwood Plum City Wolves ready to kick off, and the ball goes down to Hovde, picks it up at the 20. He gets it out across the 30 to the 35 and taken down at about the 37-yard line. And he's a little bit slow getting up. He's kind of reaching for his knee a little bit. It's not like he wants to bend it too much, and he comes hopping off the field.
Kind of a turf toe thing, it looks like, or a cramp or something.
Maybe it's just a cramp.
Pointing at his toe. Yep, cramps. He's asking for water.
All right, well, he won't be out for very long then. 1st and 10 for the Vikings as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
I'm starting to show my age when I get those at night time now.
Nothing will wake you up from a good dream faster than that either. And they give straight up the middle to Hoffman. He got maybe a yard. Well, if anybody's earned a leg cramp tonight, it's been Theo Hovde.
Yeah, his defense tonight has been really good.
Second down and 9 for the Vikings. Vikings at the line. Pitch and heading around the far side, getting across the 40 out to the 50, across the 50 and down into Wolves territory at about the 47-yard line. That was carried by Peyton Hover. They're going to mark it. Well, now they're backing up, marking it at the 45, right on the 50.
Got fresh legs now for Colfax in the backfield with Peyton Hover.
So Hover in the slot on the near side. On the far side is Kate Anderson. Hover in motion. Beekner keeps it himself, tries the right side, hurdles a man and gets it down inside the 40 to about the 36-yard line. It's going to be a first down. They're going to mark it. Well, we'll wait and see where he puts that ball down. Looks like it's going to go about the 38-yard line.
Tackled by 52, Parker.
Oh, we have a penalty marker. I did not see it, and it's against the Vikings. Way over on the far side of the field. And it looks like it's a hold. Oh, a low block against the Vikings. And we have a whistle.
We got a player down for the
Oh,
Wolves.
I didn't even see that either. While they were dealing with the penalty, there was a player on the ground out there for the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. And while they tend to him, we will take a timeout, and you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How was it? Is it good?
And they helped Jack Steinmeier off the field. He did walk off under his own strength. So the Vikings will have it back on their own 42-yard line. First and about 18. Just inside of 6 minutes remaining. Anderson in motion.
Not much there.
And no gain as Beekner kept it himself. It looked to me like a miscommunication in the backfield. He turned to his right to hand the ball off and nobody was there. No gain on the play. Second and 18. Anderson in motion. Pitch to Anderson coming around the near side. He gets it out near the 50. Tried to evade somebody, couldn't quite. And gets taken down, or check that, it's about the 44-yard line.
Lennon Bankston on the tackle for the Wolves.
It's going to be third down and let's call it 16. .430 remaining in the game. Elmwood Plum City Wolves 60, Vikings 32. Ralph is split to the near side. Nichols is tight on the far side. Pitch to Hover, goes around the right end. He's out near the 50 and taken out of bounds. Right about the 50-yard line.
Should stop the clock.
Fourth down at about 11, where they finally mark it. They marked it on the 49 of the Vikings.
Zach Learmo comes out and Grant Pauls fills the spot for Colfax.
And we have a whistle and a timeout being called.
Need a ride? Yeah!
Driving with kids is a big responsibility.
Hop in and buckle up!
So don't sweat the small stuff.
You got paint all over our paper!
Get the big stuff right instead.
What does that mean?
Like making sure your kids are in the correct car seat and buckled up for safer travel.
That deserves a wiggly wiggly wig.
To make sure your child is in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
And we're back here. Fourth down and 11 for the Vikings. Pitch to Anderson. He throws it downfield looking for Hovde, and it's intercepted by Blake Allen. They tried the double pass with Anderson throwing it to Hovde, and Allen stepped in front of Hovde and made the interception. So it's 1st and 10 for the Wolves. And they're going to put it right at the 35-yard line. Just under 4 minutes remaining. Wolves come up to the line. Bertzer takes the snap. Sidesteps, it goes straight up the middle, and there was not much there. He got maybe a yard. 2nd down, 9. Clock continues to run. Wolves at the line. Allen going around the far side, and he got met in the backfield and taken down. One of the very few times tonight Allen got taken down for a loss without there being a fumble or something like that involved.
Yeah, good job by number 11, Colton Hoffman, to shed his blocker, and he didn't get the tackle, but it was enough to slow Blake Allen down.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 11. The ball is marked at the 34. And we have a whistle and a timeout being called by the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. So with a timeout on the field, you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
If I could be you, and you could be me.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
I don't know about you, Dan, but that one gives me the heebie-jeebies every time we play it. All right, 3rd and 9.
Sometimes I'm glad I don't have kids.
Well, I was going to say, been there, done that. So still gives me the heebie-jeebies. Snap to Allen coming around the near side. Gets hit right about the line of scrimmage and dragged down. He got out real close to the 35.
You know, dark horse for Colfax has been number 3 Eli Ralph all season. You know, he's doesn't make anything flashy. He just does it when he needs to. Good tackle.
4th down and 11. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining. I don't think the Wolves have punted all night, and this is definitely a punt situation. Hovde has dropped back. And we're going to get a timeout call by the Elmwood Plum City Wolves for that exact reason. And we'll take one right along with them on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2. And we're back here at Colfax High School as the Elmwood Plum City Wolves are leading the Vikings 60-32 with 1:44 remaining. The winner and loser of this game has been pretty well determined for quite some time. But boy, there have been a lot of exciting plays in the meantime.
That's one thing about Colfax. You know, they haven't had everything they wanted this season, but they fight to the end.
I think we have a lot of second-team people in there for Elmwood Plum City, which is why they've had to take all those timeouts. They do get a kick away, and it drives Hovde back to the 25-yard line. He turns, gets it up across the 40. He cuts across the field. He's got a little bit of room. Gets across the 50, down to the 45, to the 40, and taken down at the 38-yard line. Theo Hovde with a nice punt return down to the 38-yard line, and the Vikings will have it there, 1st and 10 with 1:28 remaining. But it'd be nice to see him get one more score before the game is over.
1st and 10 at the 37.
Anderson on the wing on the right side, Hovde wing on the left. Nichols split to the far side, Ralph to the near side. Hoffman at the tailback. Beekner pitches it to Anderson. Turns, heads upfield. He's got some room. He's across the 30 down to about the 25-yard line. That'll be a 1st down for the Vikings.
Yeah, good block by number 53 for Colfax. That'd be Grant Paulus. Just kept knocking the blockers out of the way and made room.
That time, Cade Anderson did some really good work with his vision and saw little openings and took advantage of them. He also had to reach back and catch a pitch that was behind him. Anderson goes in motion. Pitch to Anderson again, coming around the near side. And he gets taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
Didn't get out, though, Clackle.
And he's slow getting up. So Anderson has to come out for a play.
Maybe we have a timeout.
It looks like it.
which stopped the clock with 53.7 left.
Well, just enough time. Looks like Anderson has a little cramping action going on in his calf as well. And he waves to the crowd. While laying on his back.
I don't know. I'm not that joyful when I get a cramp in my leg.
He's probably just happy it's nothing worse.
Yeah.
All right, the teams are coming back out on the field. Hoffman at tailback. Ralph is out there. I'm trying to see who the wing is on the other side.
Look out.
And
I think it's a forward pass because the ball did come out.
yeah, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Well, if it was a forward pass, the clock should have stopped. And it didn't, but now it has because the Vikings called timeout. 2nd and long, back at the 30. It's like 2nd and about 14.
I'm not for sure. Maybe he was down when the ball came out.
Or forward progress had been stopped.
The Wolves are really collapsing on.
Well, this is where
Drew
we were
Beekner.
talking while we weren't on the air, that little play action work, whether it's a play action pass or a play action to a run that goes outside, wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea because the Wolves really want to collapse on that run up the middle.
Wolves dropped 2 guys back.
Beekner looking down, pass is intercepted by Allen, and Allen is just going to let the clock run, and
He nailed it.
so he just downed the ball at the 3-yard line after the interception.
I think the Colfax receiver fell.
Yeah, he thought that there might have been an illegal contact down there.
And that's what the coach for Colfax is debating.
Yeah, Coach Joe Baranek letting the officials know, doing his best Bill Belichick imitation there. First and 10, I wouldn't be surprised to see them kneel the ball.
Make sure you
Yeah,
nail
they are
it.
in victory formation, it looks like.
Got to make sure they nail it outside the end zone.
And they do, and that's going to do it. They don't have to snap the ball again. Vikings aren't going to call a timeout. I don't know if they have any left anyway. And so our final score tonight is going to be the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 60 and the Vikings 32. We'll be back with Viking postgame right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking football under the Northern Light, or on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
It's getting to that time of year again. Time for the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV to present our Halloween Spooktacular 2023. Join us at 7 p.m. on Halloween night by the light of the jack-o'-lantern as we bring you some of the best in Halloween-themed old-time radio programs, including The Life of Riley, Yours Truly Johnny Dollar, Richard Diamond Private Detective, and Suspense. So join me and a friend of mine as we party hardy on our Halloween Spooktacular at 7 p.m. Halloween night on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
You have been tuned to Colfax Viking Football, live on NLWN2. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network in conjunction with Colfax High School, and is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in part or in whole without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and Colfax High School is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Time now for Viking Post Game with a look back at today's Colfax Viking football game. And now, back out to the stadium and Viking Post Game.
And we're back here at Colfax High School as the Vikings fall to the Elmwood Plum City Wolves by a score of 60-32. But Dan, if ever there was a game where the score didn't indicate how much fun the football game was to watch, this would have been an example.
Yeah, you know, Colfax's season has been about coming from behind, and they definitely made that burst in the third quarter to actually make it a game.
Yeah, and in the second quarter, they made some scores and brought them back within reasonable striking distance. And then those two touchdowns within 15 seconds in the third quarter. Holy cow.
Yeah, good job by their senior leadership with Katie Anderson, Colton Hoffman, Cameron Molina. Those were big drivers tonight.
And Blake Allen was quite a load to stop. The Vikings really did not have an answer for him, and he let his presence be known immediately in this game, and the Vikings just couldn't do much about it.
Yeah, you know, I think he probably just told his lineman, hey, just give me a hole and I'll do the rest, and that's about what he did tonight.
So, let's run through the scoring of tonight's game. First of all, the Elmwood Plum City Wolves got on the board early, and that was on a punt return, a 78-yard punt return by Blake Allen to make the score 8-0 with 10:07 remaining in the first quarter. Then with 7:44 remaining in the quarter, Aiden Bertzer scored on a 1-yard run to make it 16-0. Then with 4:31 in the first quarter, there was an 85-yard touchdown run by Blake Allen to make the score 24-0 in favor of the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. Then with 4:11 remaining in the quarter, the Vikings finally answered on a 66-yard touchdown run by Colton Hoffman that made the score 24-6. Following that, there was a 45-yard touchdown run by Blake Allen for the Wolves to make it 32-6 with 1:40 remaining, and that was the score at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, there was a 52-yard touchdown run by Aiden Bertzer with 10:50 remaining in the second quarter to make it 40-6. Then the Vikings got a little bit of action going with an 85-yard kickoff return by Drew Beekner with 10:35 remaining. And that made it 40-12. And then that was followed by a 1-yard pass from Beekner to Ryan Nichols at 6:44 to go in the half to make the score Elmwood Plum City 40 and the Vikings 20, and that's the way the half ended. In the second half, it was a 52-yard run by Blake Allen with 10:01 remaining in the half to make the score 54-20 in favor of Elmwood Plum City. Then Theo Hovde had an 8-yard run with 28 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and that made the score 54-26. Somehow my numbers aren't adding up right here. Oh, yes, okay. No, Hovde had the 8-yard run with 28 seconds remaining. Then Hovde to Nichols on a pass with 13 seconds remaining. Oh, that was it. That's right. That was still in the third quarter. With 13 seconds remaining to make the score 54-32. Then there was a 5-yard run by Blake Allen with 7:05 remaining in the game to make the final score 60-32. I want to apologize also.
You've been tuned to Viking Postgame, with a look back at today's Colfax Viking football game. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN2, along with Colfax High School. Check out our upcoming broadcast schedule at www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com.